Malvern and Peridot Theatre Companies are very pleased to present the winners of our 2020 short play competition, Happy Endings. Ragu by Audrey Farthing has been directed by Kelly Tweeddale, starring Colin Morley as Lawrence, Peter Tedford Taylor as Marcus, and Carol Shelbourne as Gloria, who have all recorded in a COVID-safe manner from their own homes. The action of the play takes place in the house belonging to Lawrence.
Marcus, when will you ever learn to set a table properly? Dessert forks go on the inside. There is designated cutlery for each course, and you start at the outside and work your way inwards with each dish. Dessert is the final course, so the dessert fork should be placed at the innermost.
It's just dinner with your mum. I'm sure we'd both be very happy to skip all the pomp and ceremony and just tuck into that stew. Throw some mashed potatoes into the mix and be done with it.
It's rabbit and wild mushroom ragu. And it would be a lot more delicious if I could find the Le Creuset. I don't know where it could be. I haven't seen it in weeks.
The lacrosse?
The Le Creuset. The big blue cast iron pot that cooks my ragus to perfection. I can't understand where it has gotten to. I've searched the whole kitchen and it has simply vanished. I have had to make do with the earthenware crock pot. So if this ragu isn't up to its usual standard, this cook is going to blame his tools. I think the last time I used it was when Mother came for dinner last month. I'll have to ask her if she's put it somewhere. She has been doing some odd things lately. A little bit feeble-minded.
Oh, I just don't see it, Larry. She is getting old, but she's still a pretty sharp lady.
Sharp-tongued, maybe. Some of the things she says.
I don't care what you say. I adore your mum. I think she's interesting and witty and not the slightest bit feeble-minded. She makes me laugh. And I find her company very entertaining.
Well, you just don't know her the way I do. And please don't call me Larry around her. It is strictly Lawrence in her company.
I just can't bring myself to call you Lawrence. You'll always be my Larry Bear.
Marcus, please. I have told you. Mother just would not understand our relationship. She comes from a different generation. She lived the Australian dream. She married her childhood sweetheart. They bought a house in the suburbs with a lovely picket fence. She dutifully bore a son, then a daughter. Dad mowed the lawns and washed the car every Saturday, and every Sunday she cooked a big roast lunch for the whole family. Every January we would go to the same holiday house down the coast. Her life was a formula. It never deviated.
So a deviant son doesn't fit into her grand plan.
She is old-fashioned and doesn't take to new ideas easily. Same-sex relationship is not a concept that she would accept.
I think you need to give her a little credit. She is a modern lady, and she's constantly improving herself with her various U3A courses. I think she understands more than you think she does. You need to be honest with her.
I know my own mother. I know how her mind works.
I've been living here with you for nearly 2 years, and she's supposed to believe that I'm staying in your spare room while I build my own house. I can't keep coming up with these outlandish excuses for the hold-ups in construction. I do believe she knows what's really going on here.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. She would never suspect us. Well, not me, anyway. What, makes you think she knows?
It's nothing that she said directly. I just feel her scrutiny and sideways looks. And she keeps fishing, trying to trip me up. Last time she was here, she asked me if you still talked in your sleep. I mean, how would I know unless I was with you?
Oh, don't be silly. Mother is an old woman. She isn't playing mind games. You're just being paranoid.
I just want to be open with her and stop living this secret life. Just how long do you plan to keep lying to her?
Well, realistically, she's probably only got another 5 years.
That's not funny.
Hmm.
I'm completely happy with myself, and I don't like being made into your dirty little secret. I've always wanted to be open with her. I think it would be better for all of us if she knew.
Oh, is that what you think, Marcus? Well, I have known my mother a little bit longer than you have, and let me tell you, she has a nasty streak a mile wide. I don't want to give her any ammunition.
So that's all I am to you? Ammunition?
Oh, you're so much more than that to me. But to my mother, you would be yet another foible to bring up at family gatherings to illustrate what a great disappointment I've been to her.
So now I'm a foible.
Oh, not to me. But in my mother's eyes, sadly, you would be. She constantly brings up things from my past to embarrass me or humiliate me. Like the vase.
What vase?
When I was about 7, I accidentally broke Mum's favourite vase. Oh, I thought I was doing her a favour, really. It was a hideous orange lumpy thing, but it was a wedding gift from her favourite aunt, so it had great sentimental value. I was practicing a particularly passionate pirouette in the lounge room, and my arm just knocked the bloody vase off its pedestal.
Practicing a particularly passionate pirouette. And your mother doesn't know you're gay.
Luckily, it only broke into about 5 pieces, which I quickly glued back together. Unfortunately, my 7-year-old self didn't know that PVA would not be strong enough to hold the pieces together. So the next time she lifted it up to dust around it, it fell apart in her hands. Well, then I had to confess the whole story, pirouette and all, and she has never let me live it down. She brings up the story of the broken vase at every opportunity. 7:15. Mother is always punctual. Can you let her in while I go and check on the dinner?
Good evening, madame. You look divine.
Oh, do shut up, you silly goose, and fetch me a glass of wine. I've been at my philosophy class all day. I think, therefore I am thirsty.
At your service, madame. You love your classes, don't you?
I love learning, and I respect knowledge. In the information age, ignorance is a choice. Where's Lawrence? In the kitchen like a good wife?
Watch out. He's in a bit of a huff because he can't find his Le Creuset.
Oh, thank you. How's the construction coming along? Please fill me in on whatever disaster has befallen you this week.
Ah, yes. Well, we managed to clear the quicksand out of the wine cellar, and we have relocated the colony of endangered
That
potteroos.
is good news. You'll soon be able to move out of Lawrence's spare room. I imagine you'll get a much better night's sleep without being disturbed by Lawrence's snoring.
Well, I wouldn't know about that, Gloria. Larry's room is at the other end of the house.
Well, rabbits off the menu. Oh, hello, Mother. You're looking well.
Hugh, but there's no need to shout. I'm not deaf yet. Larry. Sounds as if you had a nasty accident in the kitchen. Were you pirouetting?
Mother.
Did I ever tell you, Marcus, about the time Lawrence broke my favourite Venetian vase? It had been a gift from my Aunt Gertrude. He tried to stick it back together, but the poor boy used the wrong glue. So when I...
Mother, please! Why must you always bring this up? I know I broke your favourite vase from your favourite aunt, but that was over 30 years ago. Why can't you just let it go?
Oh, Lawrence, I hated that vase. almost as much as I despised Aunt Gertrude. I just thought it was a cute little story, and one that really shows your character.
How so, Mother?
Well, if you'd just been honest with me and told me you broke the vase, you would have found out that I didn't mind in the slightest. In fact, it was rather a relief not to have to look at the grotesque thing anymore.
It was revolting, wasn't it?
Ugh, terrible.
Hmm.
You never really danced after that, did you, Lawrence? I never really knew what you were thinking. You were always so secretive.
Mother,
I always felt as if you didn't want to share anything too private or too intimate with me. I wonder how many more secrets you've kept from me over the years, Lawrence.
Mother, I am an open book.
Well, I have another story for your open book, Lawrence. Last month, when I came for dinner, I tucked your precious Le Creuset into Marcus's bed.